Good afternoon and welcome to our live lecture that we haven't held in a little while for Introduction to Fashion Business. Excuse me just a minute, I'm going to turn off that ringing phone. Okay, I'm back. I meant to do that beforehand. Hello, Michelle. I see you were able to join us today. Yay. Okay, so Introduction to Fashion Business. I bet after the last class of so much sewing and pattern making, and actually the last couple classes, yeah, we're probably ready to just get back to some plain old book read and written reports. There's a few of them in here. This is the textbook in this class. Every one of you should have this. If you don't, please let me know immediately. All right, because you do need to follow some of the things in here, and you don't want to miss out on that. And with this textbook, you have a CD, which we will utilize. It's got a lot of template forms on that will make many of your activities much easier because it is already set up for you. You plug in your findings and evaluations and answers, but the major template is already set up. All right, our topics this week is what is an entrepreneur, key components of a business plan assessment, a concept statement, a consumer analysis and research, you will be doing such, and merchandise and product assortment for your retail store. The way this book is written and the way that we will structure our business plans in this class will be based on a retail store. I know that may not be the ultimate idea of a business that you are intending, but this is the one that follows the examples that we have the closest. And once you have really gone through and built your first business plan, the others can follow suit much easier because one, you've already worked through so many sections of it and they would still be similar even if your business was different. But please follow along with the idea that this will be a retail store. Now, as usual, to get your attendance, you need to either participate in this lecture via live or watch the recorded version of it. It will be later tonight or early tomorrow morning that I'll have that posted, and then you will need to write a short summary about the things covered in the lecture. At minimum 3 points, some supporting information about those, and please also pay attention to your spelling and grammar and sentence structure as well. We want to continue to work on those skills. And then as usual, a forum discussion is required by Friday with not only posting your own discussion, but also log back in and post a reply. And that means if you're one of the first ones that get on there, which I appreciate those that get their things taken care of early, if you get that posted early, you may need to go ahead and return to the discussion a little bit later. I do apologize. Last class I was distracted with many other things going on. This class I want to be very, very involved and jump in those discussions. And just because it's a minimum of 1 or 2 things on there, it never hurts to add more to the discussion boards. And I'm going to talk to my IT or the person that helps me with the My Course Connection and see about making sure that any notifications are or alerts are up and working. I don't seem to be getting alerts like I thought I should when posts are made. And that way I know immediately, hey, so-and-so responded, I need to get in there and jump in and respond back. Kind of like holding a conversation or a discussion in a classroom. If somebody says something, usually we get a response right away. And I'd like to see that going because as a distance learner, I think you miss out on some aspects that the classroom can sometimes hold. And I love to see when you all get into replies and back and forth and encouraging, or I saw some answers to some people's questions or challenges, some sympathy there, or some more challenges that maybe they weren't facing, and stuff. So I really liked the discussion that those brought up, so please utilize that. Now, it does look like a lot of assignments this week. We do have some due dates throughout the week, and those will be posted on my Course Connection. I want you to be sure that you check those, add them to your weekly calendar. That would, on your part, be very helpful. I don't know if you ever use the calendar icon button at that top row of icons. I think it's the second from the right, and you can view it by the month, and that'll show you what's coming up each week for that month of assignments, so it'll help keep you on track of which ones to concentrate on first. Now, some of these are fairly quick and simple. She said that you can come about providing. And then anything else this week that is part of your business plan is actually intended as a rough draft. And when you read through the instructions on it, it'll say submit a rough draft, meaning that you will get feedback on what you've submitted, and you need to take those comments and rework that assignment for the part in your business plan. So how that goes is throughout this course, each of these assignments, not every single one of them is part of the business plan, but quite a few of them are. And we give you a chance to do the rough draft, and then for the final plan that we hope is no near ready or ready to go to, let's say you wanted to go to a bank and push them for some backing. You have one built by the end of this course. So throughout week 1 and 2, the rough drafts are single sections addressing different parts of the business plan. Week 3, you will have a business plan that is the multi-page plan consisting of all these different sections. So hopefully with that you kind of understand it. The textbook, at the back of the textbook, gives an example of a business plan. So you'll see each of those pages in there referring to the sections that your assignments will go through. Michelle's got a question about how many pages in the business plan. Well, there isn't an exact required minimum on that, because some of your sections might fit on one page, or maybe even 2 sections fit on one page in the final plan. And then some sections may take more than one page. So it's really hard to say. So like I was saying, at the back of the book, I want to tell you what page it starts on. If you have your book handy, it'd be awesome to pull out. Oh, where'd my marker go? It's tucked way back in the spine. Here we go, page 302. And it starts with the cover letter, introducing, what is it you're trying to do, and goes into the statement concept, a content page telling you which page each section is located on. So you are building a multi-page document. And so looking at that, it will give you an idea of kind of what's to come, as well as following that one. Starting on page 327 is actually a blank version of a business plan template. That is also included on your CD, the template one. So it will already kind of be formatted for you. You would just go in and start filling in your fields of information for each topic, and each of that is associated back to an exercise, activity, or assignment that you had previously done the first 2 weeks. So each section you build this plan. So hopefully that will help you out as far as that. We're going to follow the book a lot, and the CD, which provides some examples, and then the practice activities to that. Now, on ground, Diana Harrison, our department head, is the instructor that usually teaches this in the classroom. It's been a while since I've had my retailing class. I have actually written 2 different business plans myself, though, for things that I wanted to do throughout my career. So I've had some experience with it. Although back at that time, the internet was not a huge tool for marketing and promotion and all of that. So there are new sections in textbooks now totally addressing that. So those are something kind of new. But she will be working closely with me in actually doing a lot of your assessing and grading in this, because she has done it a few times here already on ground. Well, I say a few times. I'm going to say now it's probably up to 7 or 8 times that she's had this class. So she's going to be able to really give you some strong, precise feedback. And with that said, many things she'll be checking online, or if you've got questions, by all means, definitely send them to me if you like. You're more than welcome to also contact her directly, but I'll be forwarding them to her just so that we are learning too, for you as the online student, what you're interfacing through this and building this to be the best it can be. So that's part of this section here. And okay, this slide is talking about your retail business plan throughout the duration of this course. That's what you're building up to. And your concept will need to be a fashion retail establishment. You will build this or develop this for both a brick and mortar, means a physical building of some sort, where you have a store, which is our traditional way of having stores. But you will also have the virtual store, the web store. And who knows, maybe that'll lead you someday to having one or the other or both for your own business. All instructions and templates to help you through this process are located on the CD provided in your textbook. So please, if you do not have this textbook, let me know right away. And I think that was the last she had in here for slides. Michelle, do you have any other questions for me right now, or did I happen to answer your question about how many pages? Give her a second to... which book? It is Fashion Entrepreneurship. Let me go back some slides and give you a visual. Okay, it's this one. It's the spine on it is white. So the clothes on the cover are kind of purple and gray-black. You got that one? Good. Okay. Retail business planning is the subheading on it. It's so far that I've looked at pretty good, very concise. Oh, I did want to point out to you that Diana had said in the example business plan, we won't go in as depth into the financial statement on that, even though your template is built such that it formulates all of that for you. You just have to supply some of the beginning numbers, and it will help you do that, which is actually kind of nice if you intend to build your own business plan at some point. You've got a great tool right here. All right, so she thinks she has it. She might have to dig it up. The rest of you, I hope you know where your books are. Of course, this is kind of late into your program that you're getting into this from the day you received all your shipment of things. Can you believe it? You are actually getting real close. Let me check here. Intro to Business, 1, 2, 3. You have 3 classes after this one, an externship and collections class. So that's actually, okay, 4 classes after this one, and your externship. And then you were there. Unless you're doing the AOS, which is the associates part of it. And if you are, you may have taken some of your classes prior to starting the fashion design, or they may be coming after fashion design. Now, those are excellent classes, and if you haven't taken them before or you were thinking about, I highly encourage you to, because any little bit of business classes helps you in any way. I don't care if you are just wanting to be a designer and sketch and draw and make patterns. You still have to understand how to market them, how to get to a customer, how to do all of that kind of stuff, how to maintain your accounting and bookkeeping. It all helps make your job easier in the long run. Michelle is very excited. She's getting close to the end, and every one of you should be too. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up today. I've got another lecture to still get in my window of time today. good luck with everything. If you have any questions, please contact me. I will be grading your last class this evening. I know I gave several of you extensions on the last of your works. Looks like everybody was getting those in, so hurrah to you. And things were looking good from the pictures I saw of completed garments. I'm very excited. Can't wait to see them all. All right, have a good afternoon. Stay warm out there. It's a cold one. Bye.